Hey, welcome back to Prepper Talk Radio. I am Scott, and we've got Shane and Paris in the house, and we've got a fun show today. For all of you who are preppers, survivalists, homesteaders, off-gridders, whatever you want to call yourself, we call you the ready-minded. So welcome to the show, and if you're watching, you actually see a fourth talking head. We've got a fun little guest for you today, the master of disaster himself, the creator of the Be Prepared Expo 2022, coming to Southtown. I'm sorry, that's not Southtown anymore. Coming to Sandy, Utah at the Mountain America Credit Union Expo Center. It's a huge mouthful. And it's going to be April 22nd and 23rd. We've got Chris. Chris, welcome to the show.
Oh, hey, thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
We're excited to have you. Now, you've got a gun shop up,
I do.
Up where you work, and you decided, hey, I'm just going to go insane and throw what could possibly be Utah's biggest preparedness event. Why do that to yourself?
Well, you know, I've been in preparedness for a long time. The name of my gun shop is Guns, Ammo, Preparedness. And so we, concentrate on that. I've been to many, as a vendor, many preparedness shows, the old PrepperCon, the Utah Be Prepared Expo, did those many times. And there seemed to be, with COVID and everything, there seemed to be a glut, but there's definitely a necessity. You got to, even if you're prepared and you got, 2 weeks worth of food or preparedness, that's better than nothing, right? Yeah. And so we decided about last September that we would throw our hat into the pot and go for it and see how many people, because we want to help people be prepared. We really do. If you would indulge me for a second, I'll tell you where this kind of comes from.
Yeah, absolutely.
I lived 2 years in Argentina, working, for my church, and I lived through. This was the late '80s, early '90s. I lived through the hyperinflation, and when I first moved there, just to give an idea, the exchange rate was 3 to 1. So 3 of their pesos to 1. They weren't really pesos, called australs, but anyway, 3 to $1. When I left, it was over 10,000. And
that's a change.
It was crazy. People wouldn't sell you the necessities, say like sugar or pasta or flour, because they didn't know how much it would cost. If you didn't have money to buy it in the morning, you definitely couldn't buy it in the afternoon because the price had already gone up.
Did it fluctuate up and down, or was it just a continual up?
No, it was just up. There was no up and down, and you had to buy it as soon as you got money of any kind. You had to go and spend it all, because if you waited hours, the value of it would drop. It was that insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what we call hyperinflation, right? That's one of the things that we're hearing. If you're watching the news, if you're listening to the news, if you're on any social media, you might be hearing that term all the time right now. And I think there's not a better time to talk about it than now. I mean, it's so relevant.
Right.
How many, you were there for 2 years. The people that you were with, how affected were they? I mean, were there runs on food? Was it just no food, or was they just couldn't afford food? What was going on?
Yeah, people started growing things. I'll give you for an example. People would break into restaurants, steal all the food, leave the money, right?
Wow.
You would go by a field that had cattle or some sort of animals in it, come back in the morning, and it was just bloody bones.
Wow.
That's how bad it was.
Wow.
Now, I was in Uruguay about that time, early 90s, and they experienced about their exchange went from about 1 to 1 to about 1 to 1,000 over the 2 years I was there. So nothing like Argentina. I know they have quite a past of continual, not a lot like Germany, but similar to Germany and even similar to Russia. Russia has experienced a lot of inflation over the decades, over the last 100+ years. So it is a common occurrence, not so much here in the US, but it is beginning. Definitely need to look to those events and learn what's going to happen for us here in the very near future.
And I share that with people and tell them, and the crazy thing is no one had guns down there. So can you imagine people who haven't wanted for anything, all of a sudden are wanting and they have guns? You know, that's the scary thing. And look, I mean, the crazy thing over toilet paper.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
At the early part of the pandemic. So it's better to be prepared than not to be prepared.
Absolutely.
So Chris, how long have you had your store?
I opened this January of 2021.
Nice.
Nice.
And you're up in Caseville? Or
No, up in North Ogden. I'm actually, my range is actually inside the Weber County Sports Shooting Complex. My store is.
That's right.
So
that's right. You told
I'm
me
inside the range. Yeah.
That's exciting. So you've been into preparedness. You've got some amazing experiences of your own. I wouldn't say amazing, some tough experiences, some really legitimate experiences that people can learn from. What are you going to do to kind of relate that to people to get them out to your event?
We're going to share that through different types of media. You know, we're going to have advertising on cable TV. We're going to do radio, you know, local radio here on the Wasatch Front, 103.5. We're going to be on KNRS, and also we're going to be on 97.5, the sports talk radio show. So doing that to get exposure, because I figure people who are looking to be prepared, listen, we should get 80-85% of the people through one of those mediums. You know, we've done some local advertising, some local community magazines, and then we're also going to be handing out flyers all over the place like candy. So
nice. Well, we know some of the companies that are going to be there, like Sophos Survival is going to be there.
Oh yeah.
We know our good friends over at I just totally mind blanked. Fortress Clothing, one of my favorites. They're going to be there.
Yeah, they have some amazing stuff.
Who else is going to be there? Let us hear about your sponsors real quick and kind of some of the highlight things that we're going to see at the event.
We've got one of the main sponsors. We got Darren Badeau RV, and he's going to have some RVs down there. And he actually donated one, so we've got a pull RV that we're going to be giving away.
Nice.
We've got one thing we want to draw people in and give them an experience. You know, we've got a deuce and a half that we're going to be giving away. Every hour we're going to have something. We have a year's supply of food that we're getting for 4 people. We'll be giving away 100 ounces of silver, e-bikes, tents, and smather. We've got some emergency first aid kits from Sofa Survival. Nice. From them. Yeah.
Well, I think one of the biggest things is people need to understand, like, this isn't like I can come for an hour and get through it. I mean, you've got 2 halls, right?
We've got 2 halls, yes.
So you're going to have like more than 200 booths, right? Probably 300-400. Well, probably.
No, we're going to be up in the 200 range. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So guys, come out, make sure you're planning on spending the day and a half that it's open there, Friday and Saturday. Like if you've been to a big event like we've been to, you need that time so you can get through all the vendors and see the different gear, and they can show you how it works. But then you also have classes, and you've also got the stage presentations, right?
Right. We have 2 classrooms, and we have classes going every hour on the hour. Class time lengths will be about 45 minutes or so in both classrooms, going both days. And plus we have presentations on stage. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for people to come and learn. And then we also have stuff for the kids. We got Battle Ball. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's kind of new, but still the kids kind of learn, sort of a Nerf type of thing. And then we've got some Nerf guns for the Weber County Sports Shooting Complex. They're going to be there, you know, promoting the complex, and kids can shoot at targets, you know, with Nerf guns. And and parents can shoot with live ammo. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, oh, this could get bad. That's awesome. So
that's the parking lot event.
Yeah.
So the event is the 22nd and 23rd. You guys open, correct me if I'm wrong, 11 a.m. or is it noon on the?
It's going to be noon on Friday the 22nd until 6 p.m. And then on Saturday the 23rd, we'll be open from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m.
9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Guys, this is a great opportunity for all of you guys listening in. If you can get here, get here. This is going to be great. The education has always been one of my favorite things about expos. And when I was running PrepperCon, the biggest problem I had, I didn't get to go to a single class. And that was what I was most excited about. So I'm excited because this time I can come. We'll be there. We'll have our own booth, but I can also actually go to some of the different trainings. And this is such a good opportunity to have everybody come together for an event like this. We need more of this, right? And if you guys are out of the state and you've got the time and money, get over here because, hey, you might end up winning a deuce and a half, right? Or 100 ounces of silver. And when inflation goes nuts, Shane, what can they do with 100 ounces of silver?
What can't you do?
Yeah.
Or what won't you be able to do when and that's a whole show unto itself. It's just talking about silver and where it's going to go and what you can and can't, do with it. So yeah, absolutely. That would be my favorite one. Yeah, the deuce. I would love to have the deuce and a half. I don't know where I'd put it. Same with the trailer, but by far that 100 ounces of silver is going to be worth a lot more than either one of those.
It will definitely appreciate, won't it?
Oh yeah.
So Chris, what does somebody got to do to get those giveaways? Is there some kind of ticket or raffle, or what do they do to get into those giveaways?
This is kind of how we're going to, come into the show. They can get their tickets, early bird tickets at bepreparedexpo.com. They save $2 if you buy the individual ticket, or if you buy a family of 4, you save $5 instead of $25. It's only $20, and kids under 12 obviously are free. And then how we're running the raffles, you have to be present to win, because we want to encourage people, obviously to be there, and also to visit the vendors and learn how to be prepared. So let's just say, for example, since we're talking about the silver, okay? So let's say we're giving away silver at noon, and it's 11 o'clock right now, okay? What we're doing is we've got 10 flags, 15-foot flags that say enter here. They're neon. We take those to different vendors. Primary sponsors will always leave one there for them. And then we're driving people to the vendors. And so you'll go there, fill out your application, fill out your entry form. Okay. And then at 11:59, we'll have people bring them up. We'll put them in the hopper, twirl it around, and have someone from the audience come up and pull one out, and that will be the winner. And then we will dump all of those, move the flags, and then people can go register for the next item that could be, like a Roman home tent or a Ryan e-bike, something like that. Do
you have a schedule for when those giveaways are, and what's going to happen at each hour? So if somebody wants to have a particular thing, they can be waiting for that hour to be there, make sure they show up. Yeah,
I've been thinking about, I think that would be kind of wise. We're waiting to get in some of our smorgasbord things to I've been loading them up on the website if they go to giveaways, but I haven't put the hours. But they will definitely have a schedule, and I'll probably post the schedule like that week of the show. And then people will know, hey, I want to be here from 2 to 5,
Right, to get those particular items, or at least have a chance to get those things.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm seeing right now, if you go to the website, you can see there's the Roman home tent, there's Sofo survival kits, there's the e-bikes, you're giving a luxury Ultratech silver collection sleep system. I mean, water or whole home air purification systems, like food storage. There's a lot of really good stuff. And that's what gets me excited. Is it's funny because 15, 20 years ago, or even 8 years ago, preparedness events were typically the super, super boring event, right? And there wasn't very many people going, but it was always like the Ferris Bueller experience where he's calling attendance. He's like, Bueller, anyone, right? And it was, instead of that, it was a lady talking about canning, and she's probably like in her 70s and the sweetest thing in the world, but no stage presence. And while that's important, it's not important to everybody. And it seems like that was all they ever did. There was like a first aid tent somewhere. There's a few things. And what you get now is there's so many cool products, multiple use items. Whether you're a minimalist style prepper, whether I'm building a bunker, like this will work for anybody. I mean, you guys probably are going to have some homesteading. You'll have different types of garden equipment. You'll have, like, it's just the way they've changed in the last decade is exciting because there's something for everybody. And it doesn't matter what your politics are. Preparedness is just common sense. And it's like, we all need to get more involved. So guys, if you're listening, get out here, please, if you can make it. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to see you there. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to see a lot. And Chris, thank you for putting this on. It is something that Utah's needed. I'm glad to see someone's kind of taking over and trying to get it going again. So thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, and yeah, just to your listeners, and like Benjamin Franklin said, right? An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. And so some is always better than none. Come out to the show. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're just so excited to get in. And if you've never thought about it before, boy, with all the things going, there's one thing I've learned from the last couple of years. You can wake up in the morning and the world is different.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and
you don't want to wake up and say, crap, there's nothing I can do. And so come out, get educated, check out the the vendors, and see what your level of preparedness is, whether you're preparing for a week or you're preparing for a year, or you're preparing for a zombie apocalypse, whatever it may be. You got to be prepared for something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And we are also, I think this is I don't think they had these. Well, they did. I just was going to mention it. Also, it's not a gun show, but we will have lethal. We'll have guns available and non-lethal remedies also
Nice.
for self-defense.
That's cool.
Yes.
Something for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for being on. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us. And guys, we'll be right back with some more stuff, but want to give one more shout out. Go to bepreparedexpo.com. Make sure you're following on all the socials. There's going to be more information to come. Every week, we're going to see greater updates, and we hope to see you at the show.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Thanks again, guys. Appreciate
Thanks, Chris.
it.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you being on.